Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle. And today we are taking a look at a picture comparison between Bev Francis and Cory Everson, two of the greatest female bodybuilders of all time. But before we get into this one, because I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Cory Everson, six-time Miss Olympia champion. So before we get into this one, a little bit about Bev Francis. It seemed that it was never this woman's time, whether she was losing to a great champion like Rachel McLeish, and of course, she competed all the while Cory Everson was dominant and she was losing to her as well. And then finally, when Cory Everson retired, poor Bev Francis was always second string to Linda Murray, so it seemed like it was never her time. But as you may have noticed, from pretty much all of the comparison shots or all the pictures that I showed, it looked like Bev Francis was the winner. And if you ask me, she was. It seemed that people were being offended. And still this very day, it upsets me, and I'm sure it upsets some women as well. The men seemed to be offended by all the muscle that these women were putting on. So are you telling me in all other sports, whether it be long jump, discus throw, if the women can advance, they're allowed to, right? So why in bodybuilding the men were advancing? Why were the women all of a sudden penalized for this mass and muscle that they were putting on? It's just, it's very disturbing, and obviously it's not that way now. The most muscular girl wins, and that's fair. So if you take the best pictures possible of Bev Francis, sit them next to Cory Everson, who's the better bodybuilder? Taking all this, women shouldn't be muscular crap and sticking that out the window, who's the better bodybuilder? Well, if you ask me, in the front double bicep, Bev Francis is. That's an easy call. Taking nothing away from Cory Everson, but I guess me saying that kind of is being disrespectful. Well, kind of being honest. Very difficult to say anything bad about Cory Everson. I love this woman. Always looked up to this woman. Just incredible and beautiful, I might add. But I gotta say, guys, the V-taper, the arms, biceps, triceps, and even in the wheels, calves included, it's obvious. It's obvious Bev Francis is a dominant bodybuilder. And I'm sure the one time that she did compete against Rachel McLeish, I'm sure she would have been dominant against her as well, which was the 84 Grand Prix LV, Las Vegas. I guess LA is the only one that kind of transfers, Los Angeles, LA. DC, Washington, DC. I think that works a little too well. Nobody knows what the DC stands for. But either way, go to the side chest. Unfortunately, we don't have all of the shots. Probably one reason why I've never done this comparison. I mean, this is an obvious one to do, guys. Bev Francis, known for being, ripped off back in the day. Too muscular. Seems to me it's a muscle competition, right, guys? Girls? I mean, she has a tiny little wee waistline. So does Cory Everson. She got big arms, big delts. So does Cory Everson. But they're bigger on a smaller frame. Look at that far pack on both these ladies. Look at the muscle fibers in the chest. It's just unreal. Unreal. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of the shots. We have a front lat spread, not a very good one, of Bev. I've seen some photo shoot pictures of her hitting a front lat spread, and she is tremendous, I'm here to tell you. Tremendous. Taking nothing away from Everson, hey, she's solid in this one too. And if you are using these two versions, it does look like McLeish is a little bit better. I think this is earlier on in Bev Francis's career. There's a picture of Cory Everson hitting an abs and thigh here, and the barcode was covering up her abs. And that was the only abs and thigh picture that I could find, so gosh darn it, we can't have an abs and thigh comparison. And as far as the front lat spread is concerned, take a look, guys. You see that? That's Bev Francis in her prime. Look at that. That's unbelievable. That's Dorian Yates type, size, condition. She would have been beating most of the men. Maybe that's why they never made her champion, because people would have been like, hey, the female's better than the males. No, we can't have that. For goodness sakes. So if I'm going to talk good about Bev Francis's front lat spread, let's have a look at Cory Everson's side tricep, because that's one pose that I could not find of Francis. So, maybe Cory Everson could have defeated her if he had up all of the shots. This is a pretty good pose, guys. Fantastic, I might add. Tiny little wee waistline. Good glutes. Good glutes? Nobody? Anyway. Let's have a look at the only, unfortunately, guys, girls, this is the only back shot we have. And talk about glutes. Wow. Keep in mind, Bev Francis retired in 91? So, not too many guys back then with this type of condition. Or that, perfectly drawn out muscle on that back. Cory, what can you say? Obviously, this was the criteria. I'm sure if, she needed to get striated glutes, she could probably produce striated glutes, but a fantastic set of glutes nonetheless. Huh? Anyway. Good back, too, really, on Cory. But I highly doubt that she would be able to take out Bev Francis in a fairly judged competition where, muscle, condition, proportions, everything counts. I am sure that this woman here would reign supreme. And it's kind of baffling when you think about it. She never won a single Miss Olympia title. But here at Mark's Max Muscle, she is an honorary Miss Olympia. Why not? I think it's obvious, guys. It was definitely the criteria holding this woman down. Definitely was no shortage of condition and conditioned muscle. Perfectly proportioned as well. This is an off-season or guest posing anyway, and look at the condition she was in here. Unreal, guys. Hit thumbs up on the video. Support Women Only Wednesday. Hey, we all came from a woman. Yeah, for sure. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.